Hey fans, this is G here with MMA Hype Watch. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to follow us on MMA Hype News. But let's get started. Today we're not going to talk about Jon Jones and we're not going to talk about Dominick Reyes. We're going to basically just talk about MMA scoring, huge disparity in between the scoring of MMA fans, MMA pundits, and the judges. Some fans had it 3-2 for Dominick Reyes. Some fans had it 3-2 for Jon Jones. But the judges had it 4-1 for Jon Jones, 49-46. One thing we want to highlight here is that Texas does not use the new unified MMA rules for judge scoring, and they have a completely different set of criteria that is the old rules for MMA scoring, for one thing. And I don't think a lot of fans knew that, where in the new unified MMA rules for scoring, striking is highly prioritized. They have a prioritized system that tells exactly how judges are supposed to score based on priority. Striking is the top priority. And the old rules, the ones that Texas uses, they have an aggregated scoring system. And they're supposed to judge each round based on the aggregated score between 4 different categories, which is effective striking, effective grappling, fighting area control, and effective aggressiveness and defense. So, with the aggregated system, Dominick Reyes more than likely won in one of those 4 criteria, which is effective striking, and Jon Jones won in the other 3 categories in the aggregated system. And the unified MMA rules, in terms of scoring, where striking is mainly prioritized at the first category and priority of judging around, Dominick Reyes would have won and possibly would have had 3-2 like most fans and pundits are saying. I'm going to interject a stat here and everything, and I'm going to have to say that more often than not, there has been way less times that a champ who has came close to losing has won their championship fight more often than not. Currently, there have only been 5 champions who have lost their belts by a split or unanimous decision. One rare case is Junior Dos Santos, who basically managed to survive being bludgeoned to death by Cain Velasquez. So I'm not very sure about that, but it is 4 times as likely for a champion to retain their belt regardless of a split decision or unanimous decision. Think about that stat for a second there, MMA fans. But other than that, a lot of problem here and everything isn't the fact that, that 4-1 for Jon Jones seems a little bit suspect. I'm not going to get into that, but the fact that MMA fighters, MMA fans, and even MMA pundits and everything all seem to be in a unanimous decision here that MMA judging still isn't transparent enough for everyone to know where they stand, even the fighters. Like, fighters are even saying that, hey, we don't even know what the scoring is, and they're fighters, and they don't even know what they're being judged by. There's that problem. And it can be easily addressed by actually fixing the system of transparent scoring by the judges. There are a lot of fixes here that could be implemented to help judging in MMA, not just live scoring, but listing which states use which rules, or finally bringing every single state under one set of unified MMA rules and scoring. Right now, I'm going to have to say, I know there's at least 3, possibly 4 different rules of MMA scoring in terms of rules. There could possibly be more varying from state to state, but right now, I'm thinking that there's 3, possibly 4 different sets of rules. And a good number of MMA fans don't know that, and possibly some MMA fighters don't know that. Some fighters are just as surprised as fans whenever a decision that was supposed to go to them didn't go their way, and they have no idea why. UFC 247 was possibly a spotlight into this type of problem, and maybe it is time to either address it or let it continue to go the way that it is going. I would prefer that it does not continue to go the way that it's going, where fans, fighters, pundits are all left in the dark in terms of scoring until the very end. But this is up to the commissions. This is up to the states. These things need to be addressed like in public, in front of everybody, and en masse. And this is the fight that I think that might be able to push it to where it needs to be highlighted for the betterment of MMA. Kansas is basically now offering live scoring in the first event, which is going to be an Invicta FC fight. So being able to watch and see how it works out and how it plays out is definitely going to be a plus for every single MMA fan, other than watching an Invicta FC card, which are awesome, by the way. But in terms of MMA scoring, it's progress, and it's basically the time to do it, or realize it is what it is and let it go the way that it's going. It's about that time, MMA fans. Thank you so much for listening. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. We're MMA Hype Watch on Facebook. We're MMA Hype News on Instagram. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us how you think MMA scoring can basically be improved going forth from here. This is G here with MMA Hype Watch. Thank you all for listening, and we are out.